What's up everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing another reading vlog, and this one I'm going to be reading 3 thrillers, and I don't know how it happened that they were all thrillers, but this is me reading you guys' favorite books of 2020 so far. So if you don't remember, a couple of weeks ago I had posted a video called like the best books that I've read so far in 2020, and I asked you guys to post underneath with the best books that you have read so far in 2020. Or if you want to recommend me some books, I would love to have books recommended to me down in the comments. Like after you guys heard what books I like, obviously you can recommend me a book, and then if I have it or if I can pick it up at the library, I will try and get to it by the end of the year, so that way I can let you guys know, because obviously you guys told me to read some of these and they were ones that I actually really liked. Thank you to everybody that commented on that video. I love when you guys comment and answer my questions, because a lot of times I'm asking questions because I'm going to use those answers in another video. So this is the video where I'm using those answers to that question, and I'm gonna tell you about the 3 books I'll be reading this week. So first up we have The Familiar Dark. This is by Amy Engel, and this is the author that wrote The Roanoke Girls, which you guys know I loved. I've read it during a thriller video that I will link up above for you guys, but this is also really short. I think it's only like 230 some pages, so I think I'll be able to get through it pretty quickly. So many of you have been reaching out to me asking me to read this, because I think that a lot of you have already read this. I believe it came out this year, but you said it's amazing, you think that I'm going to love it. I think it's about a mother, it's like a mother-daughter relationship, but the daughter is murdered, and so it's a small town type of crime thriller, I think. Usually those aren't things that I actually like, but we'll have to see. Hopefully I do like it. I am going to be listening to the audiobook with this print copy. Then next up, this is the one that I'm actually the most excited to read, is Mallory. And I am so excited because Bird Box is one of my all-time favorite books, like ever. I just love the book. I love the movie. I love everything about it. And I couldn't believe my library actually got this in, because this was just published I think in July. I am so excited. This is the sequel to Bird Box, so you have to wait, I think, to read Bird Box before you can read this. I don't think that you can read this like without knowing what the first book was about, but this is following the perspective of one of the main characters in the first book, so Mallory, and I can't wait. Like I loved Bird Box so much because you really did feel blindfolded, like with the characters. You didn't know what was going on, and I love it. So I cannot wait to read this. This also isn't like super big, but I don't have the audiobook for this one, so I will be reading this just as a regular physical copy. But I don't think I'm gonna have any problem doing that, because I just loved like the first one so much, and I've heard so many people raving about this one too. And then the last book that I think I'm gonna read for this video is The Night Swim. I don't have this copy yet, but one of my friends, shout out to Karen, is sending me her copy to borrow. And so I am going to, I think, listen to the actual audiobook and do the physical copy at the same time. I think that the audiobook is on Scribd, so that's where I'm gonna be getting that from. This I do think is a like podcast type book, I think is what I've been hearing people talk about it. I don't know much about it honestly, but I think it is very triggering and is very dark, which those are the types of thrillers that I usually like. A lot of people are reading it right now, and I've heard pretty good things about it, so I think I'm going to really like it. One of my favorite things to do for these videos is to put these books in order of what I think I'm going to rate them. So I definitely think Mallory is going to be a 5-star read for me. Like if I don't like this book, I am going to be very surprised at myself. Like this is definitely just a 5-star prediction in my opinion. Then I actually think The Familiar Dark, I don't know, I almost feel like I'm going to rate this 4 stars. I don't think it's gonna be a 5-star, just because I don't know, it just seems like the crime small town aspect is going to really just not give it a 5-star, but maybe I'll surprise myself, who knows. And then The Night Swim, I honestly don't know. Like it could be a 5-star, but I do think it's gonna fall more into just a 3 or 4-star, because previously I've tried to read Sadie, which was like a crime podcast book, and I didn't, like, I think I DNF'd it because I was just really bored. So let's go ahead. We're gonna put Night Swim at the, I don't know, but if it's like really, really dark, I almost feel like I might like it better than this one. So I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna do Mallory, then I'm going to do the Night Swim, then I'm gonna do the Familiar Dark. And it'd be really cool if these all turn out to be 5-star reads. Like, that would be awesome. I made myself a cup of tea, and this is the vanilla chai. I don't know if you can see. Oh, it's probably not gonna, well, anyway. It's the vanilla chai from Bigelow. It's like one of my favorite teas during the fall. Let's grab the packaging so I can show you. I'm doing like a fall tea exchange or fall drink exchange with my book club, so I have all my teas out. But this is the vanilla chai that I absolutely love. It's like one of my favorite teas of all time. It is so good in the winter, like the fall winter. Loving it. And so yeah, I am drinking that, and then of course I have like all my candles going everywhere, because, you know, oh, I decorated for fall today, guys. So we've got, you know, just a little dollar store decorations that I've had for a couple years going on the TV. Got the lovely, you know, coffee raining jazz background that I love. And then I have a little pumpkin right here, and I just got this little owl guy from the dollar store. And then over here on my bookshelf, I just have some pumpkins, and I have this little hello fall sign and another little owl. And then with the sofa, I got out my fall pillows. Well, didn't really get them out. They're covers. So I just like already had the pillows out, and then I put the covers on them, and I have 2 other fall pillows that are on our bed as well. And then over here, I just have these fake fall flowers, which you can't really see, but those are my fall decorations. I love fall. You guys probably already know that, but yeah, I love it so much. I forgot, I'm supposed to be getting a package today, and it's supposed to be a book. Let me go see if it's out in the mail. I know what this is. One of my most anticipated books of this year. I did order this. I did spend money on this. Well, actually, no, I used a gift card, but I did order this. Oh my gosh, I am so excited, you guys. Like, I love Colleen Hoover so much. She is my all-time favorite author, and I am just so excited to have this book. Oh my gosh, look how pretty. Look how pretty that is. Like, look at that. Oh my gosh, is this not beautiful? It's so beautiful. I am gonna be doing a spoiler vlog for this book, so I don't know which of these is coming out first, if I'm gonna do the spoiler vlog or this video. But if you haven't seen the spoiler vlog yet, then you guys need to read this in anticipation for it. And if it did already come out, I will link it up here for you guys, because I have no clue when it's coming out. Now that we got all of the exciting stuff done, I mean, a fall tour, unboxed Heartbones, like, things cannot get any better tonight. Now we're going to read The Familiar Dark. So I'm going to put in my earphones and turn on the audiobook, and I will update you guys when I actually have like some thoughts about it. Hello everybody, it is another day. I read a bunch of The Familiar Dark last night. Like, look at that, I only have like a quarter of the way left. I am on page 159. But I am not very impressed, actually. Like, I am not really liking it at all, and it is because of it being like that crime thriller. I don't know. It reminds me so much of 2 different books. It reminds me of Reconstructing Amelia by Kimberly McCreet and The Night Olivia Fell by Christina McDonald, because in both of those books, it talks about a mother and daughter relationship. Those are both also crime thriller type of books. and the daughter is like murdered or commits suicide in those books as well. So I think that's why I'm just not liking it as much, because it feels like I've already read 2 other books like this. I feel like I'm just reading the same thing over again. But I'm gonna go ahead and finish it right now because I really want to read Mallory next. Like I just want to read it so badly. So I want to finish this book and then I'll update you guys on my final thoughts, and then I'm going to go right into Mallory. I can't wait, you guys. I'm so excited. What's up? I am on my way to work. Last night, I actually ended up finishing The Familiar Dark. Oh my gosh, this truck is like so loud in front of me. But anyway, I finished The Familiar Dark and I'm only giving it 3 stars. I just didn't see anything new happen in it. Like, I don't know, like it wasn't a bad book if that's your first crime thriller that you're ever reading. But I've already read 2 books that have the exact same storyline and synopsis as The Familiar Dark. So like Reconstructing Amelia and The Night Olivia Fell and The Familiar Dark, all 3 of those books are like, the whole entire book is just about how there's a mother and daughter, and the daughter is murdered, and the mother spends the whole entire book trying to figure out like who murdered her daughter, why they murdered her daughter, etc, etc. So I just feel like that trope isn't something that I really enjoy. I mean, I enjoyed like The Night Olivia Fell because it had like a lot of emotion in it. I didn't feel a lot of emotion in this one. I just didn't love this as much as I thought I was, or that you guys liked. But I also know that I'm just not a crime thriller type of person. I don't know why. Like I mostly lean toward like domestic thrillers or like really crazy psychological thrillers. Even though I didn't like that book, I started reading Mallory and I am already 82 pages into it. I was reading it last night after The Familiar Dark, and it is so good, you guys. Like, it is amazing. I am loving it. It is so easy for me to fly through. It's exactly what I remember like Bird Box being, and you just feel like you're blindfolded, and it's so good. So I am excited. I brought the physical book along with me so I could try and read it on my break today. I work 10:30 to 6:30, so I don't know how much reading I'll get done tonight, because when I get home I have to do like the bento box video and stuff. So we'll have to see how today goes. Guys, I am 115 pages into Mallory. It is legit so good. I am pretty sure, like I'm just positive, like this is gonna be a 5-star read. I have not had the feeling of like being on the edge of my seat and like literally feeling like I'm having a heart attack, and like, oh my gosh, this book is just so good. It is as good as the first book. Like everything that I remember loving about the first book, like feeling like you're blindfolded, not knowing what's gonna happen, like I just love this so much. And this book does start like right after they are at the blind school. Like there's a little bit of them being at the blind school, but then it fast forwards to when the teenager, like when her kids are teenagers. So they actually have to leave the blind school. So that's like what makes it exciting, is the fact that they're not, you know, you're not just reading about them, like, you know, living, I guess technically. They're out and about again. And oh my gosh, like reading about Mallory's son, Tom, and just the things that he's like doing or wanting to do, it's giving me so much anxiety. Like, I'm just like, oh my gosh, Tom, don't open your eyes. Like, I'm like, I was reading on my break today at work and I did not want to stop reading. Like, I literally was just like, so I came home and I did all the bento box lunch stuff that I have to do, and now I'm going to read a bunch of this book. And The Night Swim came in the mail today, so I did not start that audiobook yet because actually I have to wait until the 6th for Scrib to make it like available for me again, and then I'll be able to start that audiobook. But this is so good so far. Good morning, everybody. So let me turn my car on. It's a little chilly outside. Okay, so I finished Mallory last night and it was so good. Bird Box is a 5-star read for me. Mallory is a 5-star read for me. And if Josh Malerman ever continued writing more in that series, I would totally read them. Like, I am not a series person, but I was like all for reading Mallory. I think that is the like first time I've ever been so excited to read a sequel before. And I just like love what he does with that apocalyptic world where, I don't know, I guess it's because like we all are wearing masks now. And could you imagine how much worse it would be if it was the opposite, where we would have to wear blindfolds all the time? Like, I cannot even imagine. You know, you still have that same problem with like, now there's people that don't want to wear masks. And even in the book, you know, there's the people that want to look, they don't want to wear the blindfolds, they think that they can see. And so, I don't know, I guess it's like the concept is just unbelievable, but also believable all at the same time. But I was legit having heart attacks like reading this book. My heart was racing throughout the whole book. I loved it. I was reading it like during break each day, and that 30 minutes on break, I did not want to stop reading. Like I would get to this like really crazy part and I would have to stop reading, and I was like, Tom, just don't look, please don't look, Tom. Like, it was crazy. So now we're starting the third book. I brought The Night Swim. My amazing friend Karen is letting me borrow this. And so this is the physical copy, but I also am supposed to be able to listen to the Scribd audio today. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get this on here. All right. And for everybody always asking me about listening on 3 times the speed, for my Scribd, I don't know if you guys can see that, but my Scribd has 3 times the speed, and I think it's because I have an Android phone. Maybe, I guess.
I slid down the back seat and rushed to Mom's side as she turned on the front porch light and stepped onto the stoop, dazed from being woken late at night. I hugged her withered waist as he told her what he had to say. Her body shuddered at each word. His jaw was tight under strawberry blonde stubble.
Hello, guys. Okay, so just ignore my hair. I'm doing the curly girl method, so I'm like, I have like a mousse or gel in my hair, and I like pinned, you know, certain parts up to curl better. So let's just forget what I look like right now. I only have like a quarter of the book left for The Night Swim, and I don't, like, I am liking it. Like, it's not gonna be a 5-star book, but I think that I'm gonna give it a higher rating now that I'm getting like towards the end. I listened to a bunch of it yesterday when I was like cleaning and doing chores around the house, and this is the first time that I'm like actually sitting down and physically reading the book along with the audiobook, because like I'm such a visual person. But already I just feel like I am paying attention to just things that if I was just listening, like I might not have paid attention to as much. I'm glad that I have been reading it now. Right, you guys, so I finished The Night Swim and I'm going to rate this 4.5 stars. I loved this book so much. It was so incredibly good. This could definitely be very triggering for people. It was really hard to read the parts that were specifically about the couple rapes that have happened in here, and the ending is pretty heartbreaking about like what the verdict actually is. And so if you have previously read like Pretty Girls or The Good Daughter by Karen Slaughter, then I definitely think that you would like this book because it's just as dark as those other books. Plus the writing style is pretty similar, where like it's kind of a crime thriller but not a boring crime thriller, if that makes sense. It's, I don't know, like the whole judicial system in this book and the way that the podcast was in this book made it very interesting, I think. And I liked hearing from a couple different perspectives. So you're following like a rape that is currently happening, and then one that obviously no one really knows like what happened. And Rachel from the podcast is trying to like, you know, she's following both of those. So there's like two different storylines, but they go together really well. It doesn't feel like it's two books together, if that makes sense. But I'm really glad that you guys told me to read this book, because I didn't really have this on my radar. Like, I remember when everyone was talking about it, when I think it was a read now on NetGalley or something like that, but I saw everyone talking about it, and then it came out and everyone was talking about it. But I don't know, I guess it was the podcast aspect and knowing that it was like a crime thriller. I didn't really have any interest of reading it, but I'm very, very glad that I did. And now that I know that I find like rape culture interesting in the fact that like I want to know more about it and about the injustices of it, because I definitely learned so much from this book. I didn't realize that a lot of the women were treated this way when they're rape victims, or that a lot of the men kind of get off without any like repercussions. And so I actually have the book Know My Name, and I do want to pick that one up very soon. So definitely looking forward to reading that one. That one is a nonfiction memoir. This is fiction. But in saying that, that is the end of this reading vlog. It actually went super well. So the first book that I read was The Familiar Dark by Amy Engel, and that one I did only rate 3 stars. But then I read Mallory and I rated that one 5 stars, and then I read The Night Swim and rated it 4.5. So like, this was a really good reading vlog. I feel like the books were definitely ones that were really good for me to read. And I did just do my wrap up the other day, and I realized that I didn't read any thrillers in August. So already reading, I actually read another thriller that you guys don't know about. So yeah, reading 4 thrillers. Yeah, we're going really strong here in September, and I think that's why I'm liking a lot of books. But that's it. I'm going to drink my turmeric tea. I've got some candles lit, and I'm actually going to start my next reading vlog. So I will see you guys in another video very soon. Bye everyone.